Stop blaming your age for weak erections. The real enemy might be sitting right on your breakfast plate. What you eat in the first 10 minutes after waking can either flood your pelvis with circulation or quietly choke it off, leaving you weaker, stiffer, and more frustrated with every passing year. 9 out of 10 men over 60 are falling into this same breakfast trap without even realizing it. And the worst part? The damage builds silently, day after day. I'm Dr. Katherine Rocker, and for over 30 years, I've specialized in men's health. I've seen hundreds of men who thought their problems downstairs were just part of getting older. But I can tell you with absolute certainty, age is not the villain. Your body is designed to keep blood flowing, muscles strong, and intimacy alive well into your 70s and 80s if you give it the right tools. And here's the surprising truth. Those tools aren't found in a pharmacy. They're hiding in your own kitchen. 5 simple, familiar foods that, when eaten in the right way, can restore circulation, rebuild muscle strength, and bring back confidence without side effects or prescriptions. Stay with me, because food number 3 in particular has been shown to spark noticeable changes in less than a week. Men who thought the factory had shut down are suddenly waking up with morning energy they thought was gone for good. But before we dive into the list, I want you to understand one thing clearly. Your breakfast isn't just the first meal of the day. It's the signal that tells your blood vessels, your nerves, and your pelvic muscles how to behave for the next 12 hours. Get it wrong, and you set yourself up for stiffness, fatigue, and disappointment. Get it right, and you unlock energy, strength, and circulation where it matters most. So let's start simple. The first food is one you already know, probably sitting in your fridge right now. It's been unfairly demonized for years, but new science shows it might be one of the most powerful tools for restoring male vitality after 60. I'm talking about whole eggs. Whole eggs, the muscle repairer. Whole eggs, simple, familiar, sitting in your fridge for years. And yet, most men over 60 overlook them as one of nature's most powerful circulation boosters. For decades, eggs got a bad reputation. Old science blamed cholesterol, and entire generations of men were told to avoid the yolk. But newer research has made something crystal clear. If you're a man over 60 and you're skipping whole eggs, you're starving the very muscles that keep your performance alive. Here's why. That golden yolk is loaded with vitamin D, B12, choline, and an amino acid called leucine. Leucine acts like a repair signal for your muscles, including the hidden, deep pelvic floor muscles. These are the same muscles that support erections, control urinary flow, and stabilize your lower body as you move. When blood flow slows with age, these muscles are among the first to weaken. Feed them properly, especially in the morning, and your body responds. Patients tell me they notice steadier steps, fewer cramps or numbness, and yes, stronger confidence in the bedroom. Not because of a pill, but because blood is flowing again. Take Richard, 67. When he first sat across from me, he was defeated. He said, "Dr. Rocker, it's been 2 years. Nothing happens anymore. I guess I'm done." I told him something that surprised him. "Richard, just give your body the fuel it needs. Start each morning with 2 whole eggs, scrambled, boiled, however you like. Do it for a month." He almost laughed in my face. But 4 weeks later, his voice on the phone sounded like a new man. He said, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I woke up today feeling 40 again." His story is proof of a simple truth. Your body wants to heal, it just needs the right tools. So tomorrow morning, skip the coffee-only routine. Crack 2 whole eggs instead. It might be the first step in restoring the strength you thought was gone forever. Now, if eggs are the muscle repairer, food number 2 is the artery cleaner. This one has saved more men in my clinic than any prescription I've ever seen. And the best part? You can make it in less than 5 minutes. Oatmeal with chia seeds, the artery cleaner. If eggs are your muscle repair kit, then oatmeal with chia seeds is your pipe cleaner, the artery cleaner that keeps blood moving smoothly to where you need it most. Too many men start their mornings with sugar-loaded cereals, white bread, or nothing at all. The result? Sticky cholesterol clogging vessel walls, inflammation, and sluggish blood flow to the pelvis. But when you swap that trap for a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds, you send the exact opposite message to your body. Open up, clean house, and let oxygen-rich blood reach your muscles and nerves. Here's the science. Oatmeal is rich in a special fiber called beta-glucan. Think of it as a gentle scrub brush for your arteries. It binds to cholesterol and helps sweep it out, leaving your blood vessels clearer and more flexible. Now add chia seeds, and you supercharge the effect. Chia is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and potassium. Together, these nutrients relax your blood vessels, calm inflammation, and help blood flow more freely into the lower body. This isn't just about your heart. Better circulation means stronger erections, more stamina, and less of that heavy, dragging feeling in your legs and pelvis. Take Henry, one of my retired patients. He told me his energy was fading, his legs felt like lead, and intimacy was slipping away. I asked him about breakfast, and sure enough, it was sugary cereal. I had him replace it with oatmeal, a spoon of chia, some blueberries, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. 2 weeks later, his legs felt lighter. A month later, he laughed and said, "Doc, I didn't think a bowl of oatmeal could do this." That's the power of this simple swap. One warm, nourishing bowl tells your arteries, relax, open, flow. And when blood flows, life flows. Now, if oatmeal and chia clean your pipes, the next food pressurizes them. It works through the same biological pathway as common ED drugs, but it's hiding in your fruit basket. And the best part? It can start working in under a week. Watermelon, the bedroom fruit. Most men think of watermelon as a light summer snack, nothing more. But in truth, it's one of the most powerful circulation boosters nature ever created, especially for men over 60. Watermelon is loaded with an amino acid called citrulline. Once inside your body, citrulline converts into arginine, and arginine triggers the release of nitric oxide. If that sounds familiar, it should. Nitric oxide is the very same compound pharmaceutical ED drugs rely on to open blood vessels. The difference is, when you eat watermelon, you're fueling the same pathway naturally, safely, and without side effects, and the results can be surprisingly fast. I've had men tell me that within a week of adding watermelon to their mornings, they noticed stronger sensitivity, more frequent morning erections, and a sense of energy they thought had slipped away forever. My patient Bill was one of them. At first, he laughed when I told him to eat a few slices of watermelon in the morning. He said, "Doc, I thought that was just picnic food." 2 weeks later, he called me and admitted, half joking, half amazed, "I don't know if it's the watermelon or the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something's waking up downstairs." He wasn't imagining it. The citrulline was doing its job, opening his blood vessels and delivering blood right where he needed it most. Here's a tip most people don't know. The highest concentration of citrulline isn't in the red flesh. It's in the white rind. It's not sweet, but blending it into a smoothie or eating a few bites gives you an extra boost your arteries will thank you for. So if you want a natural, refreshing way to wake up circulation and support your masculinity, don't overlook this humble fruit. Watermelon may be the easiest bedroom upgrade you'll ever find. Now, if watermelon opens the pipes, the next food stabilizes them. It delivers clean energy, vital minerals, and nerve support at the exact moment your body needs it most, right after waking up. And it comes from a food you've probably only thought of as a dinner side dish. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, the circulation stabilizer. This one always surprises men in my clinic. Sweet potatoes for circulation? Most think of them as a holiday side dish, not a tool for restoring vitality. But eaten first thing in the morning with just a pinch of unrefined Celtic salt, sweet potatoes can reset the balance your lower body craves. Here's why. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your muscles, blood vessels, and nervous system wake up running on empty. They're low on minerals, low on glycogen, and desperate for balance. Sweet potatoes provide slow-burning carbohydrates that refill muscle energy without spiking your blood sugar. That means steadier strength and smoother circulation throughout the day. Now add Celtic salt and you've got a powerhouse combination. Unlike table salt, Celtic salt is unrefined and loaded with more than 80 trace minerals: magnesium, potassium, calcium, exactly what your nerves and muscles need to fire properly. Those minerals help regulate blood pressure, support fluid balance, and keep nerve impulses sharp, especially in the pelvic region where sensitivity can fade with age. I'll never forget Thomas, a 70-year-old who came to me with heavy, numb legs and a dull ache in his groin. He'd tried stretching, massages, even prescription medications, but nothing worked. I suggested he start each day with half a steamed sweet potato, a glass of warm water, and a small sprinkle of Celtic salt. 3 days later, he called me, astonished. "Doc, my legs feel lighter, and I'm not leaning on the nightstand just to get up anymore." Sometimes the simplest foods carry the deepest healing power. Sweet potatoes don't just feed your body, they stabilize it, giving your circulation, muscles, and nerves the foundation to function the way they were designed. Now we come to the final step, the food that isn't really a food at all, but an action. It's about what you choose to put on your plate tomorrow morning. Because without action, all of this knowledge just sits in the drawer. If eggs rebuild your muscles, oatmeal cleans your arteries, watermelon opens your vessels, and sweet potatoes stabilize your system, then food number 5 isn't a single ingredient, it's a decision, the decision to act. Because here's the truth, tools only matter if you use them. Knowledge only matters if you act on it. And your body will only change if you feed it the right way, starting tomorrow morning. So here's what I tell every man who sits in my office, discouraged and convinced that age has already stolen his strength. Pick one thing and start. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until the weekend. Tomorrow morning, choose one of these 5 breakfasts. Crack 2 whole eggs, stir up a bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds, slice a few pieces of watermelon, steam half a sweet potato, and sprinkle Celtic salt. It doesn't matter which one you start with. What matters is that you break the cycle of neglect and give your body the raw materials it's been craving for years. And when you do this consistently, not perfectly, just consistently, the changes will sneak up on you. A little more energy in your legs. A little more warmth in your groin. A little more response where it matters most. Then one morning, like so many of my patients, you'll wake up and realize the spark is back, not because of a pill, not because of luck, but because you decided to reclaim your mornings. So ask yourself, will tomorrow be another morning lost or the morning you start rewriting your story? Now you know the 5 morning tools that can restore circulation, rebuild strength, and bring back confidence. Whole eggs, oatmeal with chia seeds, watermelon, steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, and most importantly, the decision to act. These aren't exotic superfoods. They're not gimmicks. They're real, everyday foods that speak directly to your biology. And when you use them at the right time, in the first hour after waking, you set the tone for your blood flow, your energy, and your masculinity all day long. Remember this, aging doesn't steal your strength. It only takes what you surrender. And most men surrender far too early because they believe the myth that nothing can be done. But today you've seen that something can be done. Change is possible. And it starts tomorrow morning with what you choose to put on your plate. So here's your challenge. Try one of these breakfasts tomorrow and see how your body responds. Don't overthink it, just start. If this video opened your eyes, click the like button so more men like you can find this message. Share it with a brother, a father, a friend, someone who needs to hear the truth. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss another straightforward, no-nonsense health tip designed for men over 60. Finally, I want to hear from you. Type 1 in the comments if this message resonated with you, or 0 if it didn't. I read every single response, and your feedback helps me create content that truly serves your needs. Gentlemen, your next act doesn't begin in a pharmacy. It begins at breakfast, and it begins with you.